streets of Cincinnati. Welcome to the jungle! Let's go. Stripes, 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 stripes. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in stripes. Cincinnati, we gon' rise in in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tigers stripe the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin', who day? Time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fitted. Who day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we lit it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the pounds, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Stripes. Now who wanna move closing on? Stripes. Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange upon 'em, bingo bought 'em, never stopping till the beast of beast and know who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move closing on? Now who wanna move on? Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole, coming to you live from the Ice Cave on a ass whooping of the Squealers Victory Monday. I love it. Now, do me a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button, smash that thumbs up. I'm up to 1,412 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. So if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so. Go to the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the bell for the notification. Hit the bell for the subscription. And every time I go live, you guys will be notified. Also, exclusively in the chat crew on YouTube, we're doing super chat. So if you'd like to support what I'm doing or make sure that you get your comment read, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. Like I said before, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, guys. I don't know about you, but that was one of the most fun games I have ever been to. Whooping the Squealers' ass 3 times in a row. First time we've done that since 1990. I was in high school. I was 15. That was a long time ago. Let's get to my boy Cap. Let's get this party started. Cap, what's going on, brother?
Hooday!
Hooday, baby. That was a freaking blast. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh my God. I'm just chilling. You know, I feel like we're the millionaires. You know, we already make the money. We've already got the mansion. We've already got the cars. We're just, living the life. It's no big deal. It's not. The Steelers are no big deal.
No.
Like Joe said.
We were just talking about this before the show started. We spent Thanksgiving and you were in Vegas and I was sick, and then they had Thanksgiving coming up, and like Saturday night hit me. I'm like, oh, dude, we get to watch the Bengals and Squealers tomorrow. I'm like, this is awesome. And we're talking about before the show started that neither one of us are really worried about it. I mean, I honestly thought it was going to be a close game. I did, but I was very confident we were going to win. Dude, I didn't know we were going to freaking blow them out. 41-10, but really, it's 41-3 was the real score because they scored a touchdown on our scrubs when they had all their, I won't say scrubs, on our second stringers, take that back, when they had all their starters in, which is a little bit ridiculous because, and they're calling timeout, dude. They're calling, like less than a minute left, they're calling timeout. Like, what are you calling timeout for? Game's over.
All the fans booing Mike Tomlin's dumbass. I mean, dude, really? Like, it's mathematically impossible, and this dude's out there wasting our time.
Right. I was like, what the hell?
Clown. Absolute clown.
Oh, my God. I will get to a couple comments here. Natty says, Jeff, I take it back what I said about Zach's play calling. Dude, his play calling was on point. I mean, I appreciate that. Like, look, the last 2 weeks, we have just run the ball and run the ball and run the ball. Joe Dean, Joe Mixon, primetime, 165 yards on 28 attempts. He averaged 5.9 yards a carry. Dude, we just kept running it and running it and running it. I mean, and you got to give props to the offensive line. Quentin Spain played great. Trey Hopkins played great. I know Trey came out because his knee got sore or whatever. By the time he came out, we were kicking their ass. Riley Reef came out with a sprained ankle, but he should be fine. But you got to give props to that offensive line. They smacked the Steelers around.
And that's a good defensive line, too.
Uh-huh.
You know, everybody said, J.J. Watt's back. It's going to be a different game. I heard his name called maybe twice, maybe. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was just unheard of.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the thing about the play calling, too, again, I'll say it again, I'm a broken record, but they executed. Those plays don't look that much different to me than what we saw earlier. In fact, they ran more than what most fans were comfortable with to start the season. But the runs were working, and no one minded that, and the fact that on top of the runs, Joe was still taking shots deep. Now, it's not like we just decided to run longer routes. They've always been there. Joe is throwing the ball deep more. And that interception, other people have said it when it happened. I'm like, you know what? We're up so many touchdowns. He wants to take a shot like that and see if his guy can get to it. Now, he needs to throw a better ball there.
Yeah.
But, here's a ball that I could never throw in my entire life. It was close enough for the wide receiver to make a play. Just couldn't, Minka made a better play. I'm fine with
Minka's a pretty good player. You got to give credit to him. He's pretty good
not
player.
Jesse Bates, but.
Yeah, exactly. He's not Jesse Bates good, but, he's all right.
I'm okay with him taking that shot. That didn't hurt us.
No,
no big deal.
Ben gave it right back to us.
Oh my God, yeah. In
Mike
fact,
Hilton,
it helped. Who knows? We might have been held to a field goal, but that was the whole plan. That was the way it was drawn up.
Yeah, exactly. It was perfect.
Zach, they're buying in. They're continually buying in. They're getting better at their personal responsibilities. I think Bengal Sands was showing some of the offensive line work, and I know some other people. Baldy on Twitter was showing some of the offensive line work.
Yep.
I mean, moving as a unit.
I got a pancake block from Quentin Spain. I'm gonna show here.
Oh yeah, I mean it was beautiful, and that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's the key to spring mixing.
We kept
finally execution.
We kept worrying about the offensive line. Offensive line looked really, really good yesterday.
Yep.
Now, Dustin Croft, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate it. It says, running football teams win into playoffs, not that pretty boy football. Exactly. And the thing is, with it getting colder, and this is the AFC North, you need to run the damn ball. And that's what they did. They ran it and ran it and ran it. Now, here is the video I have of Quentin Spain just pancake blocking. Watch this. Right in the middle here, coming over. Boom!
Beautiful.
Just freaking drilled him. I saw that on the Jumbotron. And I looked at my brother-in-law like, holy crap, did you see that? I mean, he freaking just blasted him. It was awesome.
Yeah, we have got to work to make sure he's in stripes for good.
Yeah, yes.
He's a great fit.
Yes. All right, let's see. I'll try to get to some of the you guys are noticing or blowing up the chat.
Oh, but yeah, back to Dustin's comment.
Yeah,
I agree. You have to be able to run. I prefer a good run game. Now, trust me, I love the passing game. I love the deep threats, long touchdowns, high scoring for us. But you've got to have that quarterback when it's not going so well that can elevate. So like we saw Cleveland in the playoffs last year, they got a marshmallow first round against the Steelers, lucky. And the Steelers imploded from the jump. So I wish we'd have had a playoff game that easy.
Oh God.
And then
nice.
They did. They battled the Chiefs pretty well. Mahomes going out definitely hurt, but they didn't have that QB that could take him down the field. They had to punt. If they had a Joe Burrow,
like we do,
they likely would have beaten the Chiefs.
Yeah, and one thing I love,
we've got both. We've got Mixon running well, and we've got Burrow.
And one thing I love that Jackpot said on his press conference at the game yesterday, they asked him how big is this beating the Squealers? He's like, it's good. We beat them. It's no big deal. But if we don't win the rest of the games, it doesn't matter. And that, to me, that is perfect. It's not this, for us fans, it's huge. I mean, we kicked their ass. This is awesome. For the Bengals, we're supposed to beat them, But if we don't win the rest of the games, it doesn't matter. And that's the mindset you want. It's a business trip.
That's a key point that I've kind of alluded to for a while. And us fans, we've got to understand that obviously, like you said, I cannot stand that dirty ass team and those knuckle dragging fans. Now they've got some good fans. I don't
we had
know
a good one
very
next
many
to
of
us.
them.
He was good. The one that
I don't know very many of them. I've met maybe two. My boss is one of them. That he's a good dude. But the people that I interact with that are trolling, and it's like, do you watch football? They love blindly. But I'm looking back on Twitter, they're the first ones jumping off the ship now. And it's hilarious. But we as fans, okay, let's gloat. Let's have some fun. Let's poke back. But we've got to remember the whole purpose of this team, Zach's vision, it's not to sweep the Steelers. They could care less. They're so far removed from Gio getting knocked out in the playoffs and Keith Rivers' jaw getting broken and Ken Anderson's helmet getting ripped off.
Icky
They
Woods,
don't know that.
Them taking out Icky Woods in his knee.
Yep.
There's always,
they don't know that.
We got all kinds of stuff here. All right,
I got the dogs now.
That's all right. Let's see. Blackthorn says, I'm still hella concerned with Burrow turning the ball over despite the win. He still threw a pick. That's true, but I'm not that.
Right.
He's a second-year player. He's taking shots. Look, I look at it this way. I like us being aggressive. I like Zach Taylor being aggressive. That's one of the best things I like about Zach Taylor is his aggressiveness. That's one of the best things I like about Joe. They give him a shot, he's going to take them. And sometimes it's not going to work out, and sometimes it is, but more often than not, it has. So, look at Brett Favre. How many interceptions did Brett Favre throw? Not that I'm comparing Joe to Brett, but interceptions happen. Yes, I like him to do a little less, but it doesn't really concern me that much.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Back to the fans, though. We have to get on board with the fact that, you know what, the Steelers don't matter anymore.
Nope.
What matters is playoffs. What matters is winning playoff games. What matters is Super Bowl, and all of this is finally come. We can't boo at the first horrible play. We can't complain at the first, a play doesn't work out and so-and-so sit on the couch, wouldn't have run it on that down. And, Zach sucked.
Yeah.
Seriously, the players aren't doing that. They are focused on winning a Super Bowl. We've got to get on board that, which honestly is going to be a lot more relaxing to watch games because we're not going to be so caught up. So we still got a ways to go. But Joe, I worry about the bad picks, like throwing directly to defensive linemen.
Yeah. He almost did that yesterday too. He got tipped. That
looked like
it looked just like the Jets one. Yeah, I'm like,
and I'm
you
like,
gotta stop doing that. Like
you can't. Yeah.
Now
this one was a little different because he wasn't in his face.
Right.
TJ Watt is just fast. He was off the ball enough, but he closed that gap quickly and leaped. And that was a good defensive play. I was less worried about that on Joe. because sometimes a player like Watt is going to make that. I don't want Joe on that play design. I don't want him looking down the field to see who might cut. You're wasting precious second. You got to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Still,
and that's the thing too. Joe, he's getting rid of the ball faster. He still holds on to it a little bit too much, I think. Then that's why those things happen. He believes
not all the time.
Not all the time. No, he believes he can always make the play. He believes his teammates can always make the play. And sometimes it's just better just to cut bait and just dump it. Just get rid of it and move on to the next play here.
I don't know. I don't know that he can do that, and I'm okay with that because the receivers are going to get better at knowing what to do. If they're near the end of the route and they don't have the ball and they see Joe back there, then they can scramble. Then it's backyard football. The better they get at that, the better they know Joe. Joe's going to make more plays. So
exactly.
If a couple of them don't go his way right now because no one is helping him out, okay, that's fine. It's the really bad ones. The one directly to a defender. What was he thinking? And I feel like those were in the past. That we didn't see that Sunday. No. That was just a legit, try down the field, put it up. Let's see if his wide receiver.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be a touchdown until that was the end zone we sit in until whatever the hell the guy's name is for the Squealers came in and he flew in. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he flew in and got the ball. I thought he was going to get another touchdown there as well. I thought, I'm going to touchdown. Oh, crap. Dang.
And I just have a feeling that if the game was tied at that point, he doesn't try that throw.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is we're up by so much. Yeah. Dude, by that point, we're up by, I think, 3 touchdowns already by that point. So, I mean, the game was
I was okay with that. I'm not worried.
Yeah. Jeff Holmes says, Q, talking about Quentin Spain, is not only making differences on the field, also in the locker room. Money can't buy the rapport that the locker room currently has. Zach is changing the culture. Exactly. And dude, how many times have we been on here and we've said that Zach is a good coach. Zach is changing the way things are. He's a good, I'm not saying he's a great play caller, but he's a good play caller. He does fine. It's amazing what happens when you have talents, when you have guys bought in. I've said this over and over and over again. And that's what this team has. They've got talent. They're bought in. I mean, dude, we're in this. We can win this division. It's all right in front of us. You just got to go out there and win.
And I think you can have bad play callers. We've seen bad, horrible play callers. That's not Zach. I don't think, it's kind of like back in dating. I always said, I don't need a 10 on a scale of 10. Give me that, 8 to 10 range.
Right.
Basically, actually, let me say it a little differently. You're either attractive.
Where's Jess at now? Is she hearing you?
Oh, she's a 10. She's a 10. I'm not worried about that. I'm looking for attractive, and that doesn't mean that I'm just not attracted to them. But as long as you're over that line,
right,
doesn't matter. I don't care if somebody's a 10. That doesn't mean anything to me. I am either attracted to her or not. That's all we need. So you've got to be
101 by Bengals captain.
you got to be a good play caller, or you're a horrible play caller. You can succeed as a good play caller. Zach's a good play caller. I don't know. Scale of 10.
Yeah.
Is he an 8? Is he a 7? Is he a 10? I don't know, and I don't think it matters because Andy Reid was struggling while Mahomes was just throwing picks left and right.
Well, that's the thing is he can make all the ball play calls he wants. If the players don't execute it, it doesn't matter. I mean, you said this on the show a million times. Marvin Lewis and the coaches told you, like, you can have run the play a million times in practice. Then they go out there during the game and they run it the wrong play. Somebody runs the wrong way or something. That's
Sunday they ran them the right way 99% of the time. That's what we got to do.
Absolutely. All right, William House here says, what do you guys think about the stupid holding call on TJ Watt on Burrow? I think he's talking about where he was taking Burrow, I think it was the interception, and he's taking Burrow and shaking him or whatever.
That team, you know what? I don't care who it is. Like, I never thought of Shazier as dirty, but I liked him at OSU, and then I saw he got drafted. I'm like, oh man, that team ruins players. So the Watt family seems like a great family. But the minute TJ Watt got drafted, I'm like, here's another one.
Yeah.
You know, it's that mentality. It's dirty. They do not care about the people that they play with. They care about wins. That is it.
I gotta give a shout out here, my boys. We got a celebrity in the house. Zim, what's up, brother? And he says, don't ever doubt number 9. He's going to give you a chance. Without him, you won't be in whatever game you're worried about. Yeah, and I agree with you, Zim. I mean, and I've said this when we drafted Joe Burrow. We have Joe Burrow. Look, everybody keeps getting on Lamar Jackson. And I think Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback. But I'm telling you, if he threw that many picks against the Bengals, Joe Burrow and the Bengals would have won that game last night. You know, that's the difference right there.
Oh, yeah.
Baker Mayfield and the Browns could not convert these turnovers that Lamar Jackson is giving to them last night. And the Bengals would. If he does that against us, it's over. We're going to score.
Yeah, if he does that against us, it's going to be another boat race, basically. Yeah. The difference with the Bengals playing the Browns last time is we were the ones giving up the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't capitalizing on chances to score. We had dropped touchdowns. We're giving up, touchdowns the other way. Burrow throws a touchdown for the other team. You're not going to win. And somehow the Ravens did it just because the Browns crap the bed.
Oh, well, I'm wondering, like, why the hell didn't they play like that against us? I mean, the Browns played like a freaking perfect game against us.
Well, they did only what they needed to do, but it sounds like an excuse, but I'm sorry. When you watch the game, we handed them over and over and over. When you give them a touchdown, when you're about to score, and it's a pick six going the other direction, right off the bat.
Yep.
You're dropping touchdowns, two drop touchdowns.
Yep, 2 of them.
Yeah. And then, hey, the defense had a couple of issues with fits in the run game. And
well, I think the defense is back.
We shot ourselves in the foot more than they won. Now, Baker had that one pretty throw to Peoples-Jones where Eli was in coverage. It's a perfect throw. Other than that, he didn't have to do anything. He literally did not have to try. It got out of hand. And like Zach said, against that team, you do not want to get in that kind of hole because they are so strong in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
They'll murder you. We are not built to come from a big deficit against teams with strong O and D lines.
Exactly. Now I'm hoping we see this right here. T. Higgins on his catch. Talk about on you got mossed, and for some reason I can't bring up the comment right now from Crown. It says, "How about the catch by Higgins?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm hoping we can see that tonight on you got mossed," because that's exactly what I said to everybody sitting around me. I said, "He just got mossed. He just got mossed."
Yeah.
And how great is it for T to finally have a breakout game? Because we all have been talking about it all year. You take Jamal away from us. We got T. We got Boyd. We got CJ. We got all kinds of weapons. We got Chris Evans. He even got. Because there's been people on my show here going, well, I don't know about T. Maybe Alton Tate should get more playing time. I'm like, no, T's good.
Oh, looks like we're losing you, buddy. Yeah, like you're talking about, hey, love Alton Tate. Alton Tate brings something special to the game. He's a different type of wide receiver, but T is T. Oh, I'm the only one. Hey, great.
Hey, what's up? I'm back.
I was going to take over and start talking about you.
Yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, T is that dude. Like I've not been worried about T. T did not just suddenly forget how to catch. He had a couple drops earlier in the year. Not worried about him at all. And proof, man, that was a strong play to go up and grab that TD. That was all T. That was all strength.
Exactly. And I love it. Like I said, Money Mick is clutch. Dude, it is so
Mac.
much fun. Yeah, Money Mac. It is so much fun to have a kicker. Like, seriously, we get across the 50. The other team's got to go, oh, crap, they could score. Because we literally can. Evan can kick it from there. And, like, I know it was all extra points yesterday, but Larry the Cap, I think we only punted the ball once. I mean, maybe twice. That wasn't very often. I mean,
Yeah, not
I
at
know
all.
it wasn't until the second half. I think we've scored our first 4 consecutive times we had the ball. I think we scored because I remember Huber coming out and I'm looking at my brother-in-law going, "That's the first time we punted today." He goes, "Yeah, I think so." I mean, that was awesome. Let's see
Absolutely.
here. Blackthorn. Everybody's having a conversation with Zim here. Let's see here. I like to agree with you, bro. You're more in the expert than me, but has Burrow ever gone 2 games in a row without turning the ball over this year? That's a good question. I tend to doubt that, but again, I'm not worried about that. I mean,
Not all turnovers are equal.
yeah.
So sometimes if a defender makes a great play, if it's a strip, he's got the ball and it's a strip sack, and it's just the right combination of 2 players colliding into Burrow and somebody punches it out, the chances of that happening are just slim. But if he starts hanging the ball out, Baker last night pump fakes and just loses the ball because of his tiny hands.
Yeah. What was that?
That's on Baker. Like, that is a Baker problem. So yeah, I'm not worried. He had some ugly ones, in my opinion. They were ugly earlier in the season. He's cleaned that up. So the turnovers have not been as bad as of late.
Royal Flush Terry says, we beat the Steelers so bad, Mixon was on the sidelines coordinating a TD dance.
That was great.
That was awesome. That was in our end zone. Normally, that would piss off the fan base. I'm cool with it at this time. Dude, that was awesome. Because he's talking about that after the game. He's like, what do you guys want to do? You're like, oh, let's do the 2-step. And then they all got into it. Jonah Williams got into it. I was doing it up in the stands. I was like, yeah. Like, that was awesome. That's what's so much fun about just beating the Squealers and beating the ghost of Squealers past. That's what that felt like yesterday. It's just like, look, your time is over. It's the Bengals time now.
Oh, yeah.
Go sit down
for the next decade.
Somewhere else. Yes, go away.
They have to pray that they find a QB, and it's not that easy. Very rarely do you just step into that next QB. Yeah, Chiefs got lucky to get Mahomes.
Dude, no,
later
I've said this a million times. Nobody knew Patrick Mahomes was going to be this good. Nobody knew it. I mean, I don't care. Andy Reid's a great coach, yada, yada. He didn't know he was going to be this good. Nobody knew it. They got lucky that Holmes is as good as he is, and it's great. Holmes is a great quarterback. I mean, unless he stops, throwing the ball to the other team, that would help.
The comment asking Zim to help him loves his energy, helping him change his mindset as a fan.
Exactly.
Hey, I'll take that, because there are many, many, many levels to this where, hey, this is a hobby. This is fun. If I'm going to, there's no way that I am going to get so negative, so invested, so worried about this that it would affect anything else, because it's not my paycheck.
No.
Heck, if anything, I'm relieved after a bad game that I'm not the one that got my ass beat. I'm not the one that got blown up trying to catch a pass over the middle. It's not me going through social media hearing idiots tell me I suck. That doesn't happen at my job. Hey, I screw up at my job. Bad things happen, but nobody cares. My management's got my back. I'm not doing it for, I can make mistakes. It doesn't hurt my paycheck. There's so many reasons why I'm not worried. So that's one thing. I've got to separate the two. This is for fun.
Right.
But I do care. I absolutely do care. And it's looking at the bright side. There are so many people that are calling out the negatives. Negative this, negative that, this happened. Try to focus on the positives.
That's what I was trying to do every day on this show.
It's not fake. It's not like you're doing some kind of trick in the mirror. I love myself. No, I'm not talking about that stuff. But literally, like, when you look at Zach Taylor, you look at I honestly was sold on Zach when I started learning a little bit more about his family.
Right.
They are fun. They are a blast. Him and his wife, attractive couple. They look like they have fun. I imagine that they've had some parties in their day, a little harder with the kids now, but she is absolutely hilarious. You don't marry, an attractive, intelligent, funny, spitfire and as a lump on the ground. I could tell Zach had personality from her, and just everything coming together, him with the players, seeing him getting pissed at referees. I'm like, okay, this dude's got the character, the personality to lead this team. The more energy that we've needed for how many years of Marvin being an intelligent man, football genius, but very, very low key.
Yes.
So, look at the positives. Look at, the sky's the limit. Joe Burrow's ceiling is so high. Chase's ceiling is so high. We've got so many pieces. We're stuck back in. I heard people talking about coming off bye weeks.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like, wait, that's Marvin. That's Marvin.
But that's the cool thing. We want to have a bye week. I'm like, that's awesome.
Exactly. That's
great.
That is a reminder. This is a different team.
Mm-hmm.
We are not Marvin Lewis's Bengals. We are not Carson Palmer's Bengals. We're not Andy Dalton. Carson had struggles in prime time. Andy had struggles in prime time. People forget Carson had struggles.
It just goes back to what Joe Burrow just said at the press conference. He goes, they're like, for Andy Dalton and Marvin Lewis and all them, I think beating the Squealers would be this huge weight lifted off their shoulders. For Joe and Zach, it's kind of like, all right, we're supposed to win. Let's move on to the next game. That's what this whole mindset of this team is. And I love that. I can get these the super chat here real quick from Dustin again. He says the rest of the AFC North is about to be in QB purgatory. Lamar has only once broken 100 plus QBR ratings, which actually, now that you said that, if my mouse would work, I have what Joe Burrow did. If it'll work, let's see here. Yeah, my mouse doesn't want to work today for some reason.
Yeah,
it's annoying when that happens.
We could be in good shape. Any one of these teams gets lucky hitting a quarterback, then it's game on. But if they, it's hard. It's hard to hit quarterback, and if they struggle, there we go. PFF.
Yep. PFF 91.9 yesterday, and the thing is, and he didn't even throw it that much. He was 20 of 24. That's the thing. And that's winning. Because last year everybody got so upset about Joe's throwing the ball too much. And then earlier this year, like, oh my goodness, we're running the ball too much. I'm like, Mixon just ran for 100 and what did I say? 165 yards. 165 yards. I'm like, that's great. And Joe threw it for 140. That's balanced. That's what you want. You can't get much better than that, to be honest.
I want whatever's going to win the game.
Yep.
So you're not going to be able to win games all the time that way. But Joe Burrow is the dude that can put up 300 or 400 yards. Lamar Jackson can, but it's rare. He's had a couple of complete games this year against the Chargers, against Cleveland. He didn't break 170.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it happens way too often with Lamar. He's under 300 most of the time. He rarely ever goes. So it's like you get them down. Lamar Jackson is not that guy that's going to bail him out. They need a quarterback.
Well, put it this way, he won't bail him out with his arm. He'll bail him out with his legs and other stuff. Because let's be honest, there's been lots of games that the Ratbirds have won this year because of Lamar Jackson, and because I don't know, the
referees
the referees let the play clock run out in Detroit, and But other than that, All right, I quote the great here. It's $5 super chat. It says some fans are so negative. They were saying Chase Boyd hasn't had 100 yards yet in X weeks. Instead, we've won 2 straight games. It's very important games. I agree with you. Look, I don't care how we win, as long as we win.
And they don't care either.
Right. That's the great thing about it. They don't care. It's not this. There's nobody on this team that's a me guy. Mixon, got all the praise yesterday, and hopefully go vote for him for FedEx Ground Player of the Week. Go there and vote. But he was still giving credit to his offensive linemen. I saw it on Fox 19 last night on Sport Trap, where he usually gets up and stand up and wave the towel on the bench or whatever, trying to get the crowd in. After he scored his touchdown, he looked at the camera and he's slapping all of his offensive linemen on the shoulder pads, saying, "This is the reason I got in, because of these guys." Everybody's like that on this team. That's what's awesome. There's nobody that it's all about me. It's all about me. We don't have that on this team.
Yeah. And we as fans have to buy into that. And that goes to how can we be confident in what this team's going to do? And the players themselves have said in post-game pressers, I know what's in that locker room. I talk to these guys. I know what we're talking about, and we are not giving up. We are not acting like it's over. So we as fans need to understand that it's in our heads. These players, if they come on the show and all the fans are talking and then scroll through to it, we all sat in a room drinking, they would laugh their asses off at us. Just the doubt and the fear.
It's the
None of these
PTSD I keep saying of being a Bengals fan. It's the PTSD of being a Bengals fan.
Yes, and we're going to get over that. That is all it is. Anybody that is wondering how to get more positive, that's PTSD. That's in the past.
Yep.
Exactly. It'll get better and better and better. Trust me.
All right, a quote great says, Super Bowl rings don't go to the 100-yard wide receivers in week 2. It goes to the team that does the things that other teams can't or won't do. And it's more of just a team win. It's like you said, it's going to depend. Some weeks we're going to run the ball like crazy. Some weeks Joe's going to throw the ball like crazy. Some weeks it's just going to be a defensive battle and the offense is going to struggle. It's all about the team coming together and doing what it takes to make the plays to win the game. And that's the thing that for me when coming into the season that the Bengals teams for Zach Taylor hadn't done in the past. I mean, there's so many games in the past where we were so close to winning, we just didn't make the crucial play. We're making those this year. Zach,
yep.
The culture has changed. The mentality has changed where they're making those plays that they weren't making in the past. That's championship football right there.
Think about this year where people were, I was upset not upset with, but I was upset that Logan Wilson didn't get fall on that fumble against the Bears. It's like we have got to get those opportunities. If you've got a ball in your hand, you've got to make the play on defense. And that could have changed the game completely. And Zach said it. And people were mad at Zach for saying that we need to get more turnovers. And yet we're in the bottom of the league in turnover differential. So we either have to, 1, stop turning the damn ball over, or 2, grab a couple to even it out. And guess what? He said it a couple times in postgame pressers. He's been harping on the defense. What have we seen lately? We've seen the defense get more balls back to the offense. Mm-hmm. So even if the offense is struggling, even if they're going 3 and out on their own, you give them 1, 2, 3 more chances, they're going to hit one of them. I have confidence in these guys. They're going to hit one of them. And all they need is 1. Get the juices flowing, get everything rolling, get loose, and then break the seal. I broke the seal Sunday, man. It's rough. I peed so many times. Anyway, you don't want to hear that.
Well, we gotta give a shout out to Trey Hendrickson too, our big free agent signee. He set a new single season record holder for the Bengals for the most consecutive sacks.
Woo!
Again, it goes back to the narrative. Nobody wants to come here and play. That's wrong. we have people who want to come here and play. We have good people who come here and play. Trey Hendrickson has made a huge impact on that defense. I mean, it's just
the signings. Hilton.
Yes. Oh,
dude, Hendrickson.
What? Okay.
Cheeto.
I'm glad you brought up Hilton. Glad you brought up Hilton.
Eli.
How dumb? Oh, yeah. Eli Apple deserves a lot of praise. He's taken a lot of crap this year. That was a great pick he had yesterday. I thought he took it to the house from where we're sitting at. But how pissed off do you think the Squealers have got to be that they did not re-sign Mike Hilton? I mean, we're talking about the Bengals being cheap. They didn't sign Hilton. Dude. Nobody says the Steelers are cheap for not signing Hilton, but if the Bengals the Bengals are cheap.
That was a much exponentially bigger loss to the Steelers than Lawson was losing, the Bengals. And we had fans saying, "Oh, I'm done. I'm not going to be a Bengals fan anymore. We don't have Lawson." And yet the guy we signed is doing better than Lawson ever did. Love Lawson, but Hendrickson has the QB pressure. He's doing the analytics thing. He's showing up on analytics charts and pie charts and bar charts and whatever line charts. I love charts, but he's actually putting the stats on paper. He's getting the sacks.
Exactly. Oh, this is a great point here by William Wilson here. We don't get penalized like we did last year. We are one of the least penalized teams in the league. I don't know
Yeah.
the numbers. I don't know where we're at the top of my head. I didn't write it down, but I do know we're one of the lower penalized teams, least penalized teams.
You know how hard that is?
Yes, and then that's again
Zach.
that's coaching. That's doing the right
Thank you,
things
Zach.
over and over and over again, and that's what this team. That's discipline. That's everything that us Bengals fans for years from beyond say, oh, we're not disciplined. Oh, we're not this. This team is, and they're proving it week in and week out. I'm still kind of surprised that next Sunday isn't flexed yet, aren't you?
They have to turn that in ahead of time, and it's too late.
Yeah, I know it's too late now, but I thought for sure that one was going to get flexed. I really did.
You know what? It just NFL. The NFL still is not going to take us seriously, but guess what? We are going to make them take us seriously. I love Good Morning Football and Kay and Nate.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. And they give us props
for
all
giving
the
us
time.
love before everyone else, but we will force everyone else to get on board. They will not have a choice when we're beating everybody else's ass. Exactly. The bandwagon is going to be forced. People are going to be forced to get on that bandwagon.
Exactly. I got to put this out here. Just Royal Flush Cherry's kind of toot my own horn for me, but I know you see things through orange-colored sunglasses, Ice, but you might be right about your 11-win prediction. Time will tell. It's looking good at the moment. I mean, to be honest,
let's talk about that.
I put it this way. I kept saying the reason I picked that is because 99% of the games we're in, we had the better quarterback. That's the reason I thought we had a chance. And that Joe Burrow gives us a chance to win every single game. So, and I kept saying if our offensive line is okay, and that's all, it's got to be average. Our defense is a little better. We're going to have a chance to win every single game. And I just wasn't sold on the Squealers. I wasn't sold on the Browns. I'm not sold on Baker. So that's what I kept thinking. I'm like, I think we have a shot. And I was like, 11 wins. I thought that was kind of high, but so far it's looking pretty good.
Oh yeah. So for what we've got left, we've got a great chance, I think, to beat the Chargers. That's going to be Sunday, of course. Yep. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. There you go. Let's look at that. Yep. So you've got the Chargers to win. Mm-hmm. The 49ers are a scary team to me. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like what they do in the run game is good for us to hit that, because hopefully Lou has tweaked some things since getting gashed on the ground against the Browns.
And the good thing for the Bengals too is Debo for the 49ers is hurt right now, so he might not be ready to go.
If Lou fixed that, then yes, we've got a good shot at beating the Niners. The Broncos, I would hope, I would expect us to win. I gotta say that Ravens game at home, that looks like a dub.
Yeah, I had like when I did the schedule, I had a split with everybody in the division.
Oh yeah, so I've changed mine, so totally normal. This you're showing your first one. That totally normal.
This is the only one I've done.
so that right there would be 11.
Yeah, and then you get the Chiefs.
If we
which
go
everybody sounds crazy about the Chiefs, but if Mahomes keeps coming here and throwing the ball to the other team, I think we got a shot. And the Browns, I think we got a shot.
Well, so Mahomes, maybe they fixed it. I don't know. We'll see. But that's going to be a shootout, and they're going to be fighting for their life. I would love to see us at 11 going into those last two games with the ability to make sure that one or both don't matter.
Yes, exactly.
Especially that last game in Cleveland. You know what?
Now, I have a question for you on that one right there. Just say we get to the last week and we have everything clinched up. And we're going to the playoffs, and we already got a playoff spot set. And the last game of the season doesn't matter. It doesn't affect us either way. Are you a guy that wants to sit people, or do you want them to play?
So anybody listening, maybe they can chat and make a comment. I don't know that I've ever seen it. I've always seen either starters sit or they play. I don't know that I've ever seen what I want. Starters play first half.
Yes, I agree with you.
Don't play full game.
Yeah,
play first half.
But at least play something. I'm not in favor of sitting out the whole game. I just think that loses all your momentum and just the grind of the now 17-week season of doing the work, getting ready for this game, and playing. And then
Now,
it's hard to get it back going into a playoff game.
here's the thing, though. I think the teams that sit guys and fail, it's coaching. Because guess what? I can compartmentalize. I have to compartmentalize my job. I mean, we're talking about multi-millions of dollars on the line, and things changing, and mistakes happen, and bad things happening overnight. You have to compartmentalize. So if you've got a coach that can get these guys to say, okay, stars, you're sitting. This is your bye week. You're going to watch a football game that's completely made up. You're going to be on the bench. You're going to be slapping ass and cheering people on. This is your bye week. You're watching a practice. Whatever happens in that game, after that game, it disappears, gone. And then you prepare for that next. You've got an extra week to prepare for that playoff game. As long as you can get these guys mentally tough. And Joe Burrow is that type of guy. I mean, you saw the bye week. They came back and they were a little fired up. So I think these guys have the character and the mental toughness to sit, watch the backups lose if they did, and still come out firing on a first playoff game. I really do. But I would prefer give them a full quarter or a full half.
Yeah. Now Roy said it depends on if we're playing for home field advantage. Now my scenario is we're not playing for anything.
Yeah.
If we're playing for home field advantage, yes, we're playing. We're going to try to get that home field advantage. I think that is a huge thing to get, especially going into the playoffs.
Give me a home playoff game.
Oh yes, especially because
I'm getting goosebumps.
I want to go to the home playoff game. So yes, I want them to win so we can go.
Give me that first seed.
God,
everything runs through Cincy.
It's on then. Edward says it's not worth the risk to get the Stars hurt in week 17 of the season. Like I said, I think it all just depends. If they're not playing for anything, then yes. But I don't want, like I said, I agree with you, Cap. I don't want them sitting out the whole time. Just like play the first half, sit out the second half, and let's go.
See, the way injuries are, I have a hard. I totally get the notion there. He's right. He's absolutely right. But I mean, Deshaun Watson tore an ACL in practice.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
You get hurt. You get hurt anytime. It's everybody always. Everybody always goes, "Well, you play games, you get hurt. You can get hurt in practice." I mean, Aaron Rodgers broke his toe when he was in COVID. I mean, you can get hurt anytime, and to me, it's if you are playing to not get hurt, that's when you get hurt. You just got to go out and just play. It's football. All right, let's get the Brandon here. He's brought this up with John a couple of times here. So John Sheeran said the point difference that we are winning by this season is one of the best in franchise history. It's only been done 3 or 4 times. 2 seasons were in the Super Bowl seasons. That's awesome. That's a great stat. I did not know that. But the thing is, I just cannot believe we've literally our 2 biggest blowouts have been against the Squealers and the Ratbirds. How awesome is that? And 2 of them, I mean, we kicked their ass last time and went to Pittsburgh. 2 of them, we did that on their home field. We kicked the Ravens' ass in Baltimore. We kicked the Steelers' ass in Pittsburgh. Now kicked their ass here.
And fans are still stuck in, and you know what? It's probably the mass media thing and the group think. There's so much group think on Twitter where everybody was piling on Zach, and I got into so many people calling me names. I've been blocked.
No, not you, Cap.
Defending Zach. I mean, people are so butthurt when you defend Zach. They've got to block you and call you names. And they are stuck on we won one game. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. We've won 7.
Yeah.
This team is different. There is shit going on right now that people are just clueless about. They're not watching this team. So to bring up John Sheeran saying that the point differential, this team's that good. Yes. People are forgetting. They're thinking, oh God, when's this gonna? Oh no, no. There is no. Oh no, yeah, we crapped the bed against the Jets and the Browns.
Man. I mean, that's gonna. You said it on the show that day. How many different teams that won the Super Bowl had a terrible game.
Look it up. At Pro Football Reference, look at every Super Bowl winner, go through their season, and there's at least 1 or 2 games every single Super Bowl winner had that was embarrassing. Every single one of them.
Exactly. And it's football. These guys on the other side of the ball, they also get paid to play too. So, they're not going to just roll over and go, "Oh, we suck. You guys are better. We're going to let you win." That just doesn't happen. All right, let's see here. Oh, here. Rob, let's get to his. I'll pile on the praise for Zach at the end of the season. Still too early to judge, but I'm leaning towards praising for the past offseason until now. And one thing I want to bring this up. This is a thought I had while you're talking. The big factor this offseason was the offensive line. And everybody's like, "Oh, Jackson Carman's got to do this. Jackson Carman's got to do that." Well, apparently, Hakeem Adeniji was probably going to be the guy who's going to be the starting guard until he got hurt. And look, I'll hold my hand up. I thought Jackson Carman was going to get his starting job back. After these last 2 weeks, the way Hakeem has played, he ain't getting his job back. They're playing so much better.
And there's nothing wrong with that either, because what year is Hakeem in?
Second.
What
year is Carman in?
Next year will be Carman's what year?
Second year. Next year. Yes.
Hey, we've had some experts on Twitter. Some of the O-line experts talk about it. Frank Pollock's talked about it. It's like, you know what? Offensive line is one of the hardest transitions to the NFL.
Exactly.
A lot of these kids are dealing with like raw talent, raw power, and you hit the NFL and everyone's got talent and power. He will be fine. So if Hakeem can make that jump, and he looked good Sunday, he looked real good Sunday. I expect Carman to do the same next year. And now we have 2 good guards, or maybe they move him to right tackle.
You still got Hill, the center from Georgia. I think he's our future center, to be honest.
Yeah, there you go.
Really
there you go.
So Mike Flynn's got some praise here for you. He said, "Dear Mike Brown, please add Bengals captain to your staff. So much logic and intelligence is being lost without him."
Mike, I love you, man. I appreciate that.
See, come on here. Your head just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
It can't get much bigger, dude. This is about as big as this hat can get. It's physically large, giant forehead. Peyton Manning's got nothing on me.
Exactly. So, next weekend, and this is what's cool, is we finally have back-to-back home games. First time we've had them in a while. I'm not worried about this game going to the Chargers. I mean, I think I'm looking forward to it, because I'm so sick and tired of hearing all these people saying, Sherbert is better than Burrow, and Burrow is better than Sherbert.
Did you say Sherbert?
Yeah. I said Sherbert. Yes, I call him Sherbert. I'm tired. That's why I started calling him Sherbert, because everybody's like, "Oh, you should have drafted Sherbert." I'm like, get out of here. Joe Burrow is probably better. But we're finally going to see them face to face and going at it. The 2 best quarterbacks.
Again, because remember, we should have. That was the first game. That was Burrow's rookie, Herbert. But yeah,
Sherbert,
and we won that game.
Well, yes, they had called freaking pass interference on AJ Green. Oh my God!
And yet they called that one roughness penalty against us for that perfect shoulder hit out of bounds.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I was mad. That led to a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That was a game changer right there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can see why they called that on AJ, but I've seen that not called so many times, and I replayed that. I posted a couple of videos back then. We very well should have won that. We are a much, much better team than that team was. They are maybe marginally better, the same, or worse. Like they're in that little gray area, because they got absolutely whipped by Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the Ravens right now are in the Bengals league. I'm sorry. Yeah, if our buddy is listening, I don't think it's the same league.
Jack's in the chat somewhere. I saw him in the chat crew somewhere. He's floating around.
So if now anything can happen. It could click again, and then they've got it back, and everything's just perfect for the Chargers, and then we have got a battle on our hands. We're gonna have to play perfect too. But if they play like they've been playing, and we play like we've been playing, we win Sunday.
Exactly. And Edward here says we could beat the Chargers. We should be able to run the ball all day long and control the clock. Not worried about the stats, just win, baby. Exactly. Jeff Holmes, looking for a repeat of the last game going to the Chargers games, more mixing. And I think we can too. And I think it's a formula. And that's the thing. It's not a new formula of us running the ball. I mean, beginning of the year, that's what we kept doing. We're running the ball, running. And people are on here going, we're running the ball too much. No, we're not. You got to keep running it. Like last week against the Raiders, when you were at the game. Like I said, I didn't know you were at the game until I saw you on TV. But they kept running the ball. In the first half, I'm like, man, we're not going anywhere. I think they need to start spreading out and throw it. I said, boy, was I wrong, because they kept running, and finally the dam broke. And the dam broke from the get-go on Sunday. I mean, and the thing is, they kept running. Did you notice that they kept running to the left side? Like almost every run play was to the left side over and over and over again. And I kept waiting. I said eventually they're gonna drop one on them. I said they're gonna drop one on them. And by God, did they, when T went up and mossed whoever the hell that Squealer was. That's championship football. I keep saying it, but that's championship football right there.
So whoever's yes has had quite a few great comments. I can't find some of them, but he said, Bengals aren't just different from years past. It's a different Bengals team from as recent as week 7.
Exactly.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I mean, you got to think some of the, I'll use the word malcontents that were on the team that were not buying in to what they were doing. And honestly, I get it. Like, you're sick of losing. You just lost. Marvin was a friend to a lot of these players. You lost your dude.
Right.
And this new guy comes in and doing everything different, completely different. And really, I mean, some of these guys were getting lit up. Now, unfairly, a lot of the time with Turner and his comments, and he's gone. But apparently Lou has had to have an adjustment to how he approaches speaking to practice and stuff. And he's stuck to it, it sounds like, which is that's amazing to me. That's the type of dude that I want on my team. But you look at, we got the Seahawks playing tonight. They've got a losing record.
Yeah, this
Carlos left. I'm looking at his coverage numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and he's in coverage as much as he was with Cincy. He could be on a 7-4 team right now, balling out.
He didn't want to be.
They're not. Seahawks are probably not going to go to the playoffs.
No, this could be the first losing year for Russell Wilson like ever, I heard. Now, Foxy here has a great comment for you. Cap can only join the staff if he wears his captain uniform on the sideline. I know I'm behind that.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. I've thought about that because as their data analysts grow, that group grows. I'm like, I could skill myself up in data analysis, data science very quickly because I do some of that already in a different field. But then I'd be some random dude on the sideline. Nobody would know,
No. You'd be Bengals captain. You would have the hat and the
my Twitter would have to be my real name.
No. Well, that's what's funny is when I saw you there, saw you going down the steps, I yelled your real name to you. You're like, oh, hey, because if I yelled Cap, I kept yelling Cap and you weren't looking.
Yeah, if anybody calls me by my real name, Engelbert.
Engelbert Humperdinck. Engelbert Humperdinck. He said, yes, here says Eli Apple has a better PFF grade than WJ3.
I can see
Boom.
it.
I feel great for Eli Apple because I know a lot of people were getting on him. And I kept saying, like, look, he was never supposed to be a starter. He was never brought here to be a starter. But he has not played bad. He's had a couple games here and there, but it's nowhere close to what some Bengals fans have tried to act like he's been.
It's confirmation bias. People get this in their head. They see one play and they hang on to that one play. And the next bad play that happens, they bring it back and say, see, and forget all the good in between. We have got to stop doing that. Now, most of us are getting better or have stopped it. There's still so many people doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you for putting that comment up. Yes.
He said, what's the difference between the current Bengals in 2005 and 2015?
For me, all it is experience. Because 2005, they had a group of skilled players that really gelled. They'd been in the system for a little while. They the routes they ran were crisp. They knew, everybody kind of knew where everybody was supposed to be. That defense was opportunistic with
very
turnovers.
opportunistic. Yep.
They gave up yards, but they got those balls. They got the turnovers. 2015, they were a little bit more balanced on defense, but they might not have been as good on grabbing those turnovers. But again, second year with Hugh as OC, everything started to click. AJ Green was a vet. Dalton was a vet. Marvin Jones been in the system for a little while. Sanu. Those routes, like, everybody was where they were supposed to be at all times. Everything was crisp. People were talking about Andy. Andy did extremely well, and I think Andy is a better quarterback than a lot of people gave him credit for. But
if he doesn't get hurt, he's got a shot at the MVP that year. I've said that a couple of times.
Absolutely. They finally executed the way they should have been. Now, we're still a little bit sloppy on some of those routes, just a little bit. We're still, taking a second glance somewhere we shouldn't, when we could have just got rid of the ball. There's still little. It's experience. Honestly, Burrow might as well be on an extended. He might as well be on a Super Bowl run in his rookie season right now with as many games as he's played. That's basically where we're at.
Exactly.
Rookie season. Jamar Chase, rookie season. T. Higgins just playing a second year. We're going
to be good for a while.
We are ahead of schedule. We might not be 05 and 2015. We are ahead of schedule.
We're not far off.
Next year, we might have everything clicking like that, but be better talent-wise.
All right,
and then it's Super Bowl. If we don't go to the Super Bowl this year, it's happening next year.
Exactly. And I'll give you my opinion. The 2005 team, to me, they were this team is more, I think, disciplined, and also this team as a whole. And that's one thing I love about the guys that Zach has drafted. And he said this: we got to get the right guys in the room. We've drafted lots of guys from championship college winning programs, lots of guys that are captains. That, I think, has a lot to do with the mental fortitude it takes to act like Sunday is no big deal. Like, you should win that. It's not a big deal. 2015, honestly, and I think Andy Dalton is an underrated quarterback. But to me, the difference between this team and that team is Joe Burrow. I mean, if Joe Burrow is on that 2015 team and he's not hurt, I mean, now we got to remember the playoff game, Andy was hurt. If he wasn't hurt, I think we win that game. That's the difference, I think, between those teams right there, is my opinion on the question there.
I mean, I think Joe Burrow is a difference between a lot of teams. The Browns would probably be undefeated if Joe Burrow was their quarterback.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said, Baker Mayfield is. I said this before. I think Baker Mayfield is Andy Dalton. I really do. I think he's a lot like that. I mean, for the Browns to win, they have to run the ball like crazy. Which, that's the crazy thing about last night's game or against the Raptors. They quit running the ball. They didn't even try running the ball. That didn't make any sense to me at all. That's what they do, is they run the ball, and then they get the play action, and they're dinking and dunking off the run. That's what I was watching this game like. They're giving you the freaking game, and you're not doing what you do good at. It's run the ball, and which it's the Browns. I don't care, but I'm like, that just didn't make any sense at all.
We needed them to win that, though. The refs handed the Ravens that win. They needed to even it up. Damn it.
I wanted them to win it. I mean, as much as it killed me, I wanted them to win it. Because hell, we would have been in first place. With the tied with the Ratbirds at that time. Well, anyway, it is 6:34. I think I want to roll on out of here because I want to eat some dinner and get ready to watch some Monday Night Football. So, Captain, do you have any final parting words for us before you let your millions of fans leave?
You know what? Oh, I haven't even taken a sticker off.
That's a style, though.
I think my words of wisdom. Houday, we're going to kick the Chargers' asses. And if you're going to the game Sunday, be loud. Please come say hi. I think Sam said he saw me in my seat. Man, come say hi. A
couple people said they saw you. A couple people said they saw you on TV in Vegas.
Don't literally grab me because my suit's hanging from the thread.
Yeah, I did that, but I tapped you on the shoulder. I said, whoa. It's glued on.
Dude, it may not make it through. Oh, my part of it come off. I was putting it back together in the middle of the game. It's limping through. But anyway, this hat, I love this font. It's that old school sports specialties font. I didn't know if I'd like this the pinstripe. I love it. I think New Era right now is having a 30% off Cyber Monday sale. Go on their website, look at it. They've still got these in stock. I don't expect them to stay in stock very long.
Well,
but
I'm glad you already bought it this time, because last time you tweeted it out, and then
I'll never get
you went
that
to
hat.
buy it, it was gone.
The orange one, I'll never get that hat. If anybody ever sees an orange one, let me know. I need that hat. That's like the only one I don't have.
Exactly. All right, brother. Well, I will see you Sunday and back here next Monday for hopefully another Bengals victory Monday.
Absolutely. Hooday.
Hooday. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Let me get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream in. As always, I appreciate every single one of them. They are Hooday Nation, Hooday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Bearcat Country, Cincinnati Reds riding third, heading for home, the Ohio State Bucknuts, who, by the way, you lost, the Ice Bar, and they follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trunapole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I'll be pulling a sign off later on tonight. Put it up on the podcast. So make sure you rate, like, and review. Give me a 5-star review. If you have not, or you don't want to sit and listen or watch us for an hour, you can go listen to us again tomorrow. If we want to hear what we said, run it back tomorrow. Check it out on the podcast. Like I said, it's on BPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Leave a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, like I said, we're at 1,412 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 2,000. Now, I know last 2 weeks I haven't been on that much. Like I said, 2 weeks ago I had COVID, and then last week I did a show Monday, and then I went on vacation. But I'm back. So I will be back here tomorrow live at 5:30 and every day until I either get sick or go on vacation again. So make sure you guys tell your friends, tell your neighbors about Sports with Strawberry Ice. I would greatly appreciate it. And actually, I lost all of my stuff, so I can't even play my video here. Let me try to. That is really weird, because if you guys watched the show, I actually was talking for a while, then all of a sudden I was gone, and now I'm back, and I can't even play the Bengals outro song without it not being up here. So I'm trying to find it real quick. If I don't find it very, very quick, I'm just going to jump on out of here. There it is. I have it. So, hold on a second. Not yet. See, live YouTube show, people. This is what happens when you're doing stuff live, and the computer decides to kick you off, and everything you had set up before the show started went away. So, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors about Sports with Strawberry Ice, and as my boy Jeremy Dimebag Dean, who's very, very upset that the Ohio State Buckeyes lost, likes to say, remember one thing and one thing only, and that is you don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati, so act like it. Hooday! How much fun is it being a Cincinnati fan? Bearcats are number 4. Hopefully they move up to number 2. We'll see. Bengals are on a 2-game winning streak. As of right now, they're in the playoffs. This is awesome. As Lance McAllister says, I love winning. See you guys tomorrow. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Let's go. In the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, Hooday, we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle, we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Hooday, when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tigers stripe the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin' Hooday, time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati, jungle fitted. Hooday in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, tunnel from the